advice. Just say it.
Good morning, people. It is Monday, the 21st of October. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture, as defined by you guys, the culture. And of course, as always, hosted by the best. Everyone introduce yourself.
It's your girl, Jess Jean, representing the Black Queens and the fitness team. How you mean? How you Ross Top mean? Yeah. I'm going to try and not move today. Try.
How long do you think that's going to last?
I'm not going to lie, I'm about to move right now.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
No, I'm your boy, 6 foot plus of pure temptation, big marks from the east side of the bridge. Good morning, people. How's it going, folks?
All good, man. Can't complain.
Good weekends?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Went to A&E on Saturday.
Oh.
So basically, let me show you. So recently, I've developed some sort of allergy. So when I train, I know. Okay, let me context. When I went to Ghana in August and I went to the gym and stuff, I noticed my wrist would always get really itchy. I just thought I'm in Africa, innit? So it's mosquitoes. I'm allergic to dust, right? Something. And then I got bit on my lip. Well, I thought I got bit on my lip, but my lip on one side started swelling. Cool. Came back to London, and then same thing happened again. I went gym, and I started getting hives on my body, and then same thing happened on my lip, and it was like on and off, but nothing had changed. Like, I haven't changed food, nothing has changed my routine, right? And then I'd say over the last couple of weeks, it's got worse, but the last 2 weeks in particular, it was really intense. I was getting hives every single day. So every time I'd train or felt stressed, like my body would literally break out on hives. So on Friday, it happened, but I didn't go gym. So I was just kind of like, It got really bad. Then it started spreading on my face and then on my lip. And then I woke up really early in the morning on Saturday because I could just feel like one side of my face like throbbing. And that was me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Yeah. So
Even wants to see.
no, I don't. You can laugh as well because I felt like you wanted to laugh, but you didn't want to be horrible.
Nah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was meant to go.
But gal pay to get their lips like
everybody
that.
kept saying that to me. Like,
It's not even it's not the end of the world. Gal pay to look like that.
So this is. Yeah, he has.
Imagine
To
I've
be fair.
seen you
No,
worse.
he has.
Well, what did you do?
What? He seen me worse?
Yeah.
Oh, when I had a bottle thrown in my face, and I lost my tooth. Yeah, it was worse.
That would do that.
Yeah, literally. So to be fair,
He wasn't wrong them times.
he wasn't around.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. I know.
You would have sorted it.
That wouldn't even happen.
All right.
Bro, okay. Like that, huh?
Y'all can't take advice from somebody who hasn't been through whatever it is they're advising you.
I find it hard to because I feel like you're talking from a place of privilege, and I feel like a lot of the time it's very easy to say what you would do in that situation if it was you, but when you're in that situation, it's different. So it would be easier for me to accept your advice through lived experience.
Yeah, I prefer my professionals to have experience. If you was gonna do
Personally.
brain surgery, I would like that you'd have some experience.
I don't want to be your first.
I don't want to be your first on the table. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I don't know. How about you, Manuel? Would you take advice from your parents?
What's that about?
I mean,
because
you
they
decided to go to brain surgery.
Oh, so you're talking about like, to be fair, no, because, okay, so with parents, yeah, no, actually, E-Man answer first, because I just cut you off, sorry.
He's
That's
alright.
right.
He's fine with it.
Yeah,
Okay, well, in that case.
Sorry to cut you. I'm going to do it to you. So you can't
He's
even-
fine with it.
Our parents have lived experience. So taking advice from your parents, they've been on this earth before, innit? Like, so any advice that they're going to give you, they can't, like, if you got like a career choice and your parents don't know enough about it, maybe you're not going to think about like life experience and stuff you could take from your parents, innit?
Yeah, if they've gone, yes and no though, because
Imagine
I
they've
thought,
gone through it and they're still telling you, come.
no, but
Come on, you're seeing what...
hello, I gave you a prime example earlier off air. This is my point. Twice, problem.
Oh, hard shot person.
But I think with parents though, yeah, the reason why it's a bit hard, even if they've gone through life experiences, it's not the same. For example, like our parents growing up, the time and age that they grew up in, they didn't have things like social media and all that. Do you know all that the
Okay,
extra
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that
yeah.
we've had to deal with? So our experiences aren't going to be the same. So when you're talking about back in my day and all that stuff, you didn't have these extra things to go through. So your advice, I don't think is going to completely apply to this scenario. So not saying that I wouldn't completely listen, but I guess I have to take it with a pinch of salt, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I suppose. But it's all the same. If you're going through stuff on social media and it's made you feel a certain way, the feelings that's making you feel are not new. You know what I'm trying to say? So the experience and the medium that you're giving it from, maybe your parents can't relate, but they can relate to feeling embarrassed or being ashamed or being upset. Like the emotions that it's going to make you feel, they can relate to, so they can still advise you on it. They're just not familiar with the retweets and all that. It's like, no, it's gone viral. Yes, I've been on the Twitter and all this.
Okay, Africans don't talk like that, please.
Who said I was being African?
Because it sounded like you was.
Nah, that's racist what you done there.
So what accent was that?
I don't know. It's just an old person who don't know the sign, just out of touch.
Okay.
I didn't have it in my head.
No, fair enough.
Basically, I'm still smelling you on me, man.
Oh, get over
Crazy.
it.
It's crazy how you're talking
Disgusting.
to you.
It's rude, isn't it?
It's horrible.
It is horrible scent.
No,
Very
it's
horrible.
not. I'm Brent Mad.
Ugh,
Get to know.
nasty.
Do I smell?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not loud.
Is that? I can't think of. Have I sprayed myself? Is that natural? What is that?
I think it's like a dash. Like it's not. Do you know what I mean? Like I can smell myself right now.
Terrible. A little context. Our friend Oloni basically did a story time on TikTok detailing how she got rid of the poison in her life. And Marg suggested that before she got involved with this fantastic poison, she was giving her advice, relationship advice, and he was saying he can't take relationship advice from somebody who's never been in a relationship. But in my opinion, I think she was kind of telling women to liberate themselves, right?
If I'm
Stand for
honest,
something.
I
Have
didn't-
boundaries.
I didn't get that far.
Don't ignore red flags. Isn't that what she was kind of telling
You
people?
didn't watch it.
Not the actual clip.
Oh, just in life in general,
Just
like her
what,
advice.
what Lonnie stands for.
Yeah, I guess
Isn't
so.
it all about the whole orgasm gap?
Championing badness, freedom to be whores.
Excuse me?
What? Ain't that what it's about? I don't know because I don't follow her. I'm not, so I don't know. I just
Why
see
whores?
because I see her championing some of the horror stories that she's got, and I'm not saying that negatively. I love whores. You know what I mean?
What
You
what
know
type
you're
of
such
champion
a-
are you
You're
championing
such
are
a
you talking about? Like,
perplexing human being.
Speak-
How
speak
can
to
you
me.
say, you know I love whores, you know me? Like, where
Come on, man.
did they get you from?
speak to me.
No, but anonymous stories and stuff, innit? Some of the
Oh, you mean just being able to provide a safe space for people to share their experiences?
championing badness, championing, promoting women not being good women and that. Yeah, that kind of stuff. That platform, yeah, that stuff. That's the stuff that I see in it. Because remember, I don't follow enough. I just talk about the stuff that I see. So when I see stuff get retweeted and I read the context and it's crazy, but what I see being tweeted is like, hey,
Well, there's no behavior champion.
nothing. Badness. Not champion, nothing. Unruly.
Absolutely
do what you want when you want.
All right, baby.
Oh, you know, yesterday in the gym, one of the boys was like to me, "Oh, Gina knows celebrities and they'll be gassing over you." I said, "Mark."
Don't do that.
No,
Don't
he was
do
like,
that.
"Nah, Gina's got connects, man." He's like, "If you're friends with Marks," I said, "Probably Marks."
Why are you trying
I'm
to do that?
joking.
For? Don't dim my light
I'm
to your
joking.
people.
I'm joking. No, but he was. He's young.
No, you
though.
weren't joking. You did do that.
No. He's young though. He's young. He's like, how does Tommy? Tommy's like 23.
Big up Tommy, man. Mikey Lee.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Ain't we got like a lest we forget or something?
Yes, we do.
All right, then.
Lest we forget.
Yeah, I believe so.
Every day we have something good.
That is true, actually. I don't know why I said that.
Today, you probably know both of them, actually, especially if you see them. But yes, happy Black History Month, people. Today, or every day this month, we're bigging up some people in our community who have made a significant impact on the world, basically, man. The world would be different if these people didn't exist. And today, the man that we want to big up is somebody by the name of Edward Enninful. And he was born in Ghana on the 22nd of February 1972. He was the fifth of 6 children born to the Ghanaian army officer, Major Crosby Enninful. And in 1985, after a coup d'etat, which deposed the president at the time, Ignatius Kutsi Acheampong, Enninful's family emigrated to England. And then that's when they settled down in Ladbroke Grove. So his mother worked as a seamstress, and she inspired him with the vividly patterned colours and fabrics that she used whilst creating clothing for her British Ghanaian friends. And at the age of 16, he was spotted, Enninful was spotted on the train by a stylist by the name of Simon Foxton. And a few weeks later, he was shooting with Foxton at his house, along with Nick Knight, who was the co-founder and the photographer of the bi-monthly magazine ID. By the age of 17, he had been introduced to Terry Jones, who was another co-founder of ID, and soon began assisting the magazine's fashion director, Beth Summers. Why is he important? Well, this is where it starts to go on from, right? So Beth Summers left ID magazine a few weeks after Enninful's 18th birthday. So he's mad young, right? And Terry Jones as well gave Enninful her position. And at the age of 16, Enninful's position as a fashion director at ID made him the youngest ever fashion director for an international publication. He quickly became known for his edgy elegance, which ultimately became his trademark, with much of his inspiration coming from the streets. And in 1998, he became a contributing editor to Italian Vogue. And then amongst his achievements at Italian Vogue, one notable project that Enninful spearheaded was the production of its Black issue. And the Black issue basically featured only Black models. This included Naomi Campbell, Jordan Dunn, Alec Weck. And basically, it was there to showcase and celebrate Black models and Black women in the world of art, politics, and entertainment. He was then confirmed as the new the editor-in-chief of British Vogue on the 10th of April 2017, making him the first Black editor-in-chief of the magazine. And since he took the creative reins, he's since reshaped a century-old publication into a contemporary fashion platform that is more reflective of the current global audience. His efforts have led to a 51% increase in digital traffic since 2017 and attracted 140 new advertisers. There you go, that's Mr. Edward Enninful. You guys obviously you've seen him around and stuff, innit? You lot know him.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I've seen his face.
He said a few, poignant things. He said, I can tell you, without diversity, creativity remains stagnant. He also said, never forget that it sometimes takes a foreigner's eyes to capture Britain most clearly. And he also said, if you put one model in a show or in an ad campaign, that doesn't solve the problem. We need teachers in universities, we need internships, we need people of different ethnic groups, backgrounds in all parts of the industry. That really is a solution. You have to change it from inside. So big up Mr. Edward Enninful. And the woman that we want to big up, everybody knows her, of course. She's a legend, whichever way you want to look at it. And her name is Serena Williams. And she was born September 26, 1981 in Michigan to Oracene Price and Richard Williams. She's the youngest of Price's 5 daughters, right? And basically the house full of daughters, bear them anyway. She's she's the youngest of 5 daughters after half sisters Yetunde, Lindria, and Isha Price, and a full older sister Venus as well. She also has at least 7 paternal half siblings as well. But anyway, when the children were young, they moved to Compton, California, where she started playing tennis at the age of 4. And her father homeschooled her and her sister Venus. And when Serena Williams was 9, she and her family moved from Compton to West Palm Beach in Florida so that she could attend the tennis academy of Rick Mackey, who provided her with additional coaching. Why is she important? Obviously, there's a bunch of accolades, to be fair. But she won her first main draw match at the Ameritech Cup in Chicago in November 1997 at the age of 16. She was ranked number 304 at the time, but she then upset the number 7 seed, Mary Pierce, and the number 4, Monica Seals, recording her first career wins over top 10 players and becoming the lowest ranked player in the Open era to defeat 2 top 10 opponents in one tournament. She ultimately lost in the semi-finals to number 5, Lindsay Davenport. But from that point onwards, it was only uphill for her very decorated tennis career. In terms of her biggest accomplishments, it's just a summary of it, right? She holds a combined 39 major titles, 23 in singles, 14 in the women's doubles, and 2 in the mixed doubles. She's the joint third on the all-time list and second in the open era for total major titles. She's the most recent woman to simultaneously hold all 4 major singles titles. She did that in 2022, 2023, and also 2014, 2015. And also to win the Surface Slam, which is the major titles on hard, clay, and grass courts in the same calendar year, which she did back in 2015. She's also, with her sister Venus, the most recent player to have simultaneously held all 4 major women's doubles titles. Did that in 2009, 2010. She's also the world's highest paid, was the world's highest paid women athlete in 2016, and she earned almost $29 million. She repeated the same feat in 2017 when she was the only woman on the Forbes list of the 100 highest paid athletes with $27 million in prize money and endorsements. She won the L'Oreal's World Sportswoman of the Year, basically a record 4 times. She did that 4 times, 2003, 2010, 2016, 2018. She got Comeback of the Year, 1 time 2007 and 2015. She was named Sportsperson of the Year by Sports Illustrated magazine as well. In 2020, the Tennis Channel ranked Williams as the greatest female tennis player in history. And long story short, she's also the highest earning woman athlete of all time. Big up the legendary Serena Williams. She said a couple of things as well. She said, since I don't look like every other girl, it takes a while to be okay with that. To be different, but to be different is good. She also said, I've had to learn to keep fighting all my life. I've got to learn to keep smiling. And last thing she said was, I love who I am and I encourage other people to love and embrace who they are. And that's it. Big up Serena Williams and Edward Enninful. Let's get into our headline. All right, people. So, trigger warning on this first headline. And at least 87 people were killed in an Israeli strike in the city of Beit Lahia in northern Gaza. This is what the strip's Hamas-run authorities have said. Israel describes the strike as a precision attack against a Hamas target and accuses Hamas authorities of sharing exaggerated figures. The UN warns that nowhere is safe in Gaza and says that the nightmare in the territory is intensifying. Meanwhile, in Lebanon, Israel also resumed airstrikes on what it said were Hezbollah targets in Beirut's southern suburbs, with residents in Haret, Harek, and Hadaf ordered to evacuate early on Sunday. Lebanon's NNA, which is the state-run national news agency, says that the 14 consecutive raids have been recorded in Kiam, which is a town in southern Lebanon. And according to a statement from the Israeli military, its air force has been targeting dozens of terrorist targets in Lebanon's south over the past day. Next headline, come back to the UK, and Angela Rayner has been given a permanent seat on the UK government's National Security Council as the reported Downing Street operation seeks to smooth over reports of tensions between Keir Starmer and his deputy. Allies of the Deputy Prime Minister had shared concerns that she was being sidelined when it emerged 2 weeks ago that she had been given only a temporary place on a committee that brings together ministers with military and intelligence chiefs. However, according to The Guardian, they understand that she now has been made a permanent member of the NSC, which discusses and assesses the biggest threats facing Britain as part of the concerted effort driven by the number 10 Chief of Staff, Morgan McSweeney, to bolster her position. Starmer has also strengthened the quad of his most senior ministers to become a proper steering group for the government's agenda. This is what the insiders have said. As well as Rayner, it includes Rachel Reeves, who's the Chancellor, and Pat McFadden, the Senior Cabinet Office Minister. And our last headline, obviously you guys know that Liam Payne sadly passed away. And London's Hyde Park was one of the several sites around the world this weekend for an outpouring of love, grief, and recollection in honour of Liam Payne, who sadly, tragically fell to his death at a hotel in Buenos Aires last week at the age of 31. Crowds gathered near the park's Peter Pan statue, where they placed hidden handwritten letters, teddy bears, balloons, photos, and flowers. There for his memorial, man. The scene created what looked like a scrapbook of both the singer's life and the fans whose lives he touched. While the mood appeared to be somber, the hundreds of people who showed up to celebrate his life also did so by singing some of the former band's One Direction songs. And yeah, man, that's it.
All right, then. Let's get into what you're saying, topic of the day.
All right then, so guys, we're back with some dilemmas. So this is an update from the one we had on Friday, and it was basically about the gentleman who found out his ex-wife was cheating on him with a college student, half her age. So he said, firstly, thank you for your kind, encouraging words on Friday. It took a lot for me to write that dilemma in, and your advice was very helpful. My life has changed so much in such a short space of time because of my son. Because of my ex-wife's shenanigans. For example, where she teaches is the same place my youngest daughter goes to college, and the whole college knows. So now she's had to move schools and take a year out because she wants to change her degree. It's been so embarrassing for the family. It's even turned out that apparently there were boys in the college that had known about my wife's escapades on OnlyFans and had been making fun for months, but my daughter was oblivious to it all. Apparently, on a day that my wife and daughter were not in school, they put it on in a classroom and a whole group of other students saw it and the rumours started to spread. With reflection, you are very right. I have been internalising it all, thinking that what she did was because there was something wrong with me. There's been so many violations, cheating on me with your former student that's young enough to be your son and posting videos of you two having sex and giving fellatio to each other on OnlyFans and now getting engaged is enough to break anyone, I think. The police and college has made me watch all 13 videos online to check they're all her, and I'm thinking, what is wrong with me that she did such a thing? So much of what they did together on video was stuff we've never done in 25 years of our relationship. For example, sex on a balcony, sex on the beach, in the shower, etc. And imagine all these times she told me she was going to the library. It feels like I was the problem for not identifying that she wasn't the one for me earlier on, or I wasn't up to par in certain aspects of our relationship. That's what mainly has made me naive to move on, because I'm thinking my lack of expertise is what drove her away. She's the only and first one I've ever had feelings for or kissed or had sex with or been in a relationship with, and now I'm 45 and single, back to square one, like I was when I was 18. It's like I fully don't know if I'm a good kisser, a good boyfriend or husband, or good in the bedroom because of what my wife's done. The only thing I'm damn sure about is I'm a good dad and a good man. I don't know if I should tell the woman I do potentially meet in the future about my lack of experience, because I do want to be transparent and honest, but I do think they'll think I'm a loser because I've only shared my romantic life with one person, and at an age like 45, they'd expect me to know what I'm doing and be clued up in aspects of romance and intimacy. What do you think? Should I tell them the truth or not? And just to clarify, watching back the live with the comments I've seen, a lot of assumptions, I'd like to clarify LMFAO. This is definitely a real story, and if people do their extensive research, we've been mentioned in the news a while back. I am black, and so are my wife and kids. We got together when I was 19 and she was 18, and we got married soon after we had our first daughter. The guy she's going to marry is a 25-year-old who apparently is one of the biggest earners on TikTok in Canada, and he's black as well. My niece is best friends with my daughter, and they're both avid listeners of the show, and they introduced me to it, and apparently my niece went to junior school with one of your listeners, Sarah Velli, who supposedly my wife used to teach at a point. Please keep blessed and take care.
Yes.
So
I have to try. Sarah, I need to do some investigating.
to find out who they are.
Yeah, I'm going to find out what's
You
going
lot
on.
are
Don't
jokes.
worry.
When he said it's a real story, we've been in the news. I heard you pack up.
I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
So what are you saying? Should he tell any potential women that he meets about his lack of experience?
What do you just say all the time? Live your truth, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Is this something that you feel like they need to know? Like, I'm thinking, would
Maybe
I
it's
need
not
to...
it's not information that you just have to offer up.
Yeah,
like a
I feel
conversation starter. But if it's flowing and it goes there,
100%.
then tell your story.
Okay,
Innit?
I agree. I don't think you have to lead with that.
Yeah.
Right? But I think if the conversation does come up, be honest and live your truth. Don't lie. Do you get what I mean? But if it doesn't come up, it's not like you've lied. And I don't think it's truth that you've admitted that you kind of have to say, if you get what I mean.
And there's nothing to be embarrassed about anyway. It's just a story of a loyal man. You get me? Of a good man dating intentionally from young,
Yeah.
married early.
The men
had
that
a
we say that we
family.
want, my
You
dear.
sound like the type of man
So-
that the women say that they want. So
That's what I'm saying.
there's nothing embarrassing to tell your story, man.
Yeah.
Furthermore, wheel it off, man.
It's true.
You
man.
know these guys are empaths as well. Not all of
true.
them. Not
It's
you.
true. Are you
You're not an
dumb?
empath, no, you're not.
Are you crazy? I'm a big empath. Trust me. You don't think I'm an empath?
No.
Brent, am I an empath?
Yes.
Like, to a fault. Trust me.
All right.
Trust my ass. Why do you think I'm not an empath?
Because you don't care about my feelings.
You don't have feelings. So, Iman, what are you saying?
I feel like it depends on the woman though, because I feel like certain women can kind of gauge if it's worth telling, right? And some obviously you just know. If you say a word, your life is finished. To be fair, that's most of them. But
Sorry?
often
Elaborate. Say that again.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Of course you don't.
No, but it's just certain things that obviously I feel like you should kind of keep to yourself. But at the same time, like I'm pretty much intimating, I feel like it depends on the woman. Because some women will obviously feel like, that's actually a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you may not have the experience or whatever it may be, but it speaks to the type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? That you was in a situation, you had intentions from when you was 18, you did X, Y, and Z, and it just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying?
I think, you know what, yeah? I think thinking about it from a woman's perspective, yeah, I think it just depends on what you prioritize. Some will prioritize sex and intimacy, and some will prioritize loyalty. Do you get what I mean? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. Hopefully you can get a nice balance, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what sort of age group should he go for?
He's 45, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because I'm ageist, innit?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I don't like big age gaps. So don't come and venture over here, is what I'm going to say. But, yeah, I feel like he can date late 30s.
Just round it off, man. What's he, 45?
Yeah.
When you're going to start again, you want to give yourself the best chance in life,
Yeah.
innit? Go 30, big man. Go 30 and just do your thing.
Why?
Why? 30 is a full-blown adult.
And still,
15 years. I'm joking. I'm age, you know me anyway, so I'm the worst person to ask. But yeah, I guess 30.
No, but take the gap aside. A 30-year-old.
No, it's a big woman.
You're
100%.
talking about like some child,
Yeah.
I said.
No, I hear it. I think it's tough here because I feel like if he goes for a woman his age, there's less. I feel like you're gonna find less grace and patience maybe, because they're so experienced in life. It's like, do you get what I mean?
you think so?
Maybe.
I
This
feel
is
like
the-
at 45, you find a single woman.
But that's why it's hard. That's what I was thinking. Because that's what I was thinking. I was gonna say late 30s, above.
It
Yeah.
makes sense to me. Like, you met your gal when you was 18, or you was 19, she was 18, whatever. And you was in a long-term
You've been together
relationship.
since.
So, yeah, so that makes
So
sense.
can
But
I
if
be
you start
honest,
again, if you get to start again at that age, you get to pick your choice. How you can go pick a gal that's 45?
Don't be rude. But hold on. I just realised something. Hold on a minute. You know, God will do with you. What did he say? I didn't even hear him.
He's just doing nasty camera work.
This is a terrorist, man.
I didn't hear. Listen, you know what I just realised though? Hold on a minute. Of course you should speak your truth. Are you mad? Sorry, because I've just deeped it. You got with her at 18 and you've been married ever since. Who else are you supposed to be experiencing?
Yeah.
Like generally speaking, you've been a faithful man. Like, my dear, it shouldn't even, like, the fact that you're even thinking of it as a negative thing is blowing my mind.
Because of the world we live in.
I know, that's crazy because you've literally been in a committed relationship since you were 18.
Yep.
So if people were generally living that life, majority of people would be in that position.
Yeah, true, but
So it should be the norm, but it's not, is what I'm saying.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Do you get it?
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. All right, next dilemma. This is less of a dilemma, just more of a question. Do you think I'm in the wrong for what I should do? I proposed to my long-term girlfriend of 5 years at Cosmos last month in Romford. Unfortunately, she said yes. Sad news though, last week she broke off our engagement for 3 reasons. One, she thinks I cheated on her with her mum. when I never. Her mum just made that up because she doesn't like me. 2, apparently she's fallen out of love with me regardless of the cheating allegations, and she doesn't want to be with me. And 3, the proposal in her words was so shit and embarrassing, and because it was public, she didn't want to embarrass me and say no, even though she wanted to. I thought I was being romantic because that's where we had our first date. Anyway, she's decided to keep the ring even though I want it back. It cost a lot, 50k. And she's being stingy about me wanting it back, calling me sassy and all sorts. Am I sassy for wanting the ring back? And what do you think is the best way of getting it back? I'm not going to lie. Why did you spend 50K?
Esther ain't here, boy.
Why did you spend 50k on a ring? I'm so sorry.
How much he loves the woman, innit?
I don't care. That's dumb.
Neither do I.
It is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Insane.
You went and spent a house.
But at the same time, he obviously has that money. Because obviously, you know, like...
Which I hear, but
Cosmos.
this is what I'm saying
No,
in
but
Romford
remember-
shopping centre. But then the only
The buffet.
Yes.
Yeah.
The buffet.
Yeah, I walked past there yesterday when I took my nephew to the cinema. Yes, the buffet. The only reason why
It's romantic, though.
The only reason why I'm giving him a blight is because he said it's where they had their first
That's
date.
why.
My dear, if you did not add that to your
100%.
thing, I would have said your line that bring was not 50k. I don't.
Ain't Cosmos,
I don't
ain't the first
believe
date
it.
at Cosmos a red flag?
No, but we
he
don't know.
might have been young at the time.
Yeah, we don't know when they went on their first date. Well, they've been together for 5 years.
That's how old he is.
29.
24. Just
Yeah,
out of
it's
uni,
alright.
Cosmos. Why not?
Okay.
Variety.
I ain't gonna lie, we ain't going to a buffet on our first date.
At
But
24.
Can a man bring you to a buffet on the first date?
no.
What if it's a leng though, and you left Fred feeling like he put you on?
You know what? You're dumb.
No, you know what I mean though. You know, like,
I'm not gonna
like
lie.
you're gonna start bringing your friends
No,
there.
I
and
know,
that,
but then me and you won't date anymore. But if we were bedrooms though, we'll be like, alright, cool. Literally. Did you used to go thingy in Limehouse, Wings Buffet? Back in the
No,
day.
I've heard about it, but I ain't never
When
gone.
I tell you, see when you're talking about
Yeah, the traffic light.
brother.
How
Brother.
did you know about
Are
it?
you dumb? How much you talking about
lit
Wings
up.
I used
Buffet?
to go to that every Thursday.
Wings Buffet in Limehouse.
Yeah.
Don't annoy me.
That is
And then in
crazy.
college, yeah, because obviously we were allowed to take this college in it, we'd even drive on our lunch break just to go quickly do takeaway and come back and sit in the common room and eat it. Oh, that place was unmatched.
That's crazy.
We got
After
banned.
uni-
I got banned though. Well, we got banned.
Oh, serious?
Fighting, isn't it?
Hey, are you just gonna ignore the fact that he slept with her mum?
He didn't
Oh,
sleep
you
with her
didn't.
mum.
That's accusations. This man.
I don't believe that he did.
What kind of mum makes up that accusation?
Can I be honest? Someone who sounds
Single.
Don't pause. Don't pause. You said what you said. You said what you said. Wait, it's someone that you're looking to us to save you. Brent, keep the camera on him. No.
I don't know what happened.
What do you mean you don't know what happened? Your intrusive thoughts one, yeah?
I meant
No.
bitter. That's what I meant.
Mine was
Single
even
and bitter. That's
Mine
what I
was,
meant.
mine
Single
was
and
even
bitter.
going to be worse. I just didn't lead with it.
Yes. So
I don't think he slept with the mom, but I'm not going to lie. Yeah, that accusation's crazy and it doesn't make sense because if you don't like your son-in-law or whatever, why would you make that why would that even be a thing? Because then it makes you look like a crazy mum. Do you get what I mean? Because, okay, you want to split up your daughter and the guy, but then that's also going to break the relationship between you and your daughter. So what made you go with that verse?
because she's that close with her daughter, she's influencing her daughter's life since the beginning. It's just been her and her daughter. That's what it is.
What, based on your assumption?
I trust me. I know, because he's not mentioned her dad. So her dad he's not in the house. So a lot of her thingy, unless the mum and dad are in
You're
cahoots.
really creating this narrative that we don't actually...
I if he writes in and updates us, I guarantee I'm right.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
I'm not going to lie. I can't get past the fact that he spent 50k on a ring. I'm not going to lie to you.
You love the woman, man.
Yeah, but personally, I just think 50k is expensive. Not expensive, excessive. I
Oh,
don't think
100%
it makes
it
any
is.
sense.
Not for Greek.
50k on a ring?
What, you wouldn't want your man to give you a 50k ring?
No, I'd rather the bread.
50 bands.
I would rather the bands to invest in something or I'd use that money for something else. A ring that I'm going to be knocking on weights in the gym. That's going to get crushed between the squat rack. I beg. No, sorry. I'm doing him a favour. You don't have to spend. I just think it's excessive. Like I'm not that way inclined anyway. I don't care about like.
Could you spend £1,000 on the ring? You happy?
As long as it looks nice. If I'm honest with you, if it's nice and it's decent, like generally speaking, I'm not. Because what does that mean? Do you get what I mean? Generally speaking, I'd rather.
What if it looks mad?
Yeah.
But the diamonds are fake.
That one day is wahala.
No.
Because no, I don't want fake diamonds. I don't want fake. I don't want.
Okay.
I don't believe in like fakes and dupes and stuff like that. I just think if you can't afford it, just it's okay, innit?
Are you sending shots at Brent for?
Sorry, I forgot he dupes perfumes.
Don't do that. Like, what's up?
Anyway, yeah.
Brent, you're just having that.
Oh, just move on, man. He don't care. But yeah, I don't think you're being stingy about wanting it back because 50k is a lot of money.
You know what? This is single-handedly the easiest dilemma we've had. There's no way in any universe, at any time, anywhere, where this woman should keep this ring.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
even
You see, like,
deliberate it.
legally, yeah. What are the rules? Like, if you give someone that ring, it's hers.
No.
I'm asking.
Yeah, no.
Are you saying that, or is that the legit law?
I don't even know. That's the only thing that makes sense. If I'm giving you the ring because we're gonna get married and we don't get married, give it back to me.
Can we Google something, Brent? Or is there a question we can pose?
What's
Like,
the question?
if you propose to someone, you give them the ring. Who's the ring legally? Who's the ring belong to? Like, if you give someone something, are you allowed to take it back? If you give someone something and they got ownership, you revoke your rights are revoked, right?
In the UK, the person who receives an engagement ring is legally entitled to keep it unless there was an agreement to return it if the marriage didn't happen.
See, legal requirements.
Oh, you have to return it, yeah?
No,
Is that what you
It's a gift though, isn't
They're
it?
allowed. Do you hear? He said they're allowed to keep it unless you've got an agreement in place beforehand saying that you can
It's a
return it.
gift though, isn't it?
Be very
So I get
mindful,
it.
people, when you're
I'm not
listening
gonna
to
lie.
Because this is insane to
I wouldn't. I'm just gonna be honest, yeah. You were okay with spending that money, innit? So
I'm not. If I'm spending £50 on a ring, yeah. I
There's
don't know
no
how am I
way-
gonna get this. If I'm spending £50 on a ring, yeah, it needs. I can't
There's
be
no way-
tripping on that 50.
yeah, 100%.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I need to be in a position where she's gonna keep that.
yeah.
All right, because
Fair
if I'm
enough.
tripping on that 50, I don't understand why I've done it in the first place.
Fair. I agree.
That don't make sense to me.
Yeah, but won't you feel like you've been duped?
No, yeah, of course, but still though, because you got to cover your own back in this life. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't put myself like, what is this £50,000 doing to you? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I wouldn't have put myself in this position because even if she wanted to keep it, even if they was going to get married, it was going to be fine. The effects of not having that 50 grand, you'd still be feeling it. It's essentially, like, you still got to work your way back up to get to a. That, do you get what I'm trying to say? That you got to go and make your 50 back or whatever it may be. It's you shouldn't have done that if you can't afford it, and if you can't afford it. Oh, isn't it? Like,
But I feel like it's almost like saying, it's almost like taking 50k and putting it in the bin. It's literally just like that.
exactly, and
There's
you
nothing
shouldn't
he's
do
gained.
that, and you shouldn't do that if you can't
100%.
afford it.
Yeah.
If it's your only 50 grand, why would you take it and put it in the bin?
But you might do it if the bin was on your property. You know what I'm saying? Because it's part of your thingy. But you wouldn't put it in a bin outside of your compound. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's done now. And that's outrageous to me. He's literally been robbed from beginning to end. There's nothing he's gained from her, correct me if I'm wrong, that's worth the 50k he's given her. And she's aware of that, and so is the mum.
Afford a 50k ring, and you know what it is. I don't like when people do maths like this and make statements like this. Yeah, but it's just human nature. Because you're entitled to do everything you want. But I can't help but think, if you can afford a 50k ring, what the hell are you doing in Cosmos?
This is what
I don't care if it was your first
No,
dance.
facts. I didn't want to be the one to say it, so I'm hiding behind the killie. But to be quite candid, that's why I'm like, did you really spend 50k? Because, like, you know what? If you've got that kind of bread, go and recreate that Cosmos in a private setting. Do you know what I mean? Go hire out a venue and make it. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's a go make Cosmos.
Go and make
yourself, you know?
Cosmos because you've got the bread to do it. You want to propose to me where everyone's doing family buffets on a Sunday after church. That one in Romford, that's what happens as well. I know that one very well. On a Sunday, everyone will locate there after church.
And I've gone past there bare times. I've always looked for. I wonder what it's like in there.
The food's nice though.
Is it?
Yeah, the food is nice.
Ain't got vegan options.
I haven't been in years though, and I'm gonna be honest. 5 years ago is what 2019. I've not been to Cosmos probably since like 2012, 11. Like it's been a very long time. So
You don't even have to chefs are the same.
even going there in 2019 is quite interesting. But then again, obviously you're a lot younger than I am, so I understand. But I think
I thought that he just thought obviously he was doing a good thing. You know what I'm saying? He's graduating in life, doing much better than he was when they were 24. But you know what? I want to show you that I remember the small things. Stuff that women say they care about.
So you know what you do? This is what you do. You go to Cosmos and start it off. You do a whole, like you build. You go there first, yeah? And you're just like, I just want to recreate our first date. You go there first and afterwards you go somewhere else. Or you go to the place you're going to... Brother, don't propose to me in a buffet.
What if he went to the other places, the fancy place that they go to normally, and then say, you know what? I want to take it to where it all began. And then took her to Cosmos, and that's where he proposed for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Take it back to the beginning, full circle and all
Should
that.
have went the other way around. I don't want to get proposed to in a restaurant.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah,
I don't want strangers there.
Oh, you don't want to get proposed to in a restaurant?
No, I don't want
What if it's
strangers.
a nice restaurant?
I just don't want strangers there.
Oh, I'm saying just like leng aesthetics, like...
Okay, that's fine. It's the strangers and the random people I'm not here for. You know what I mean? If it's family and friends, it's different.
Okay.
Or just us, it's fine. But you know, literally random strangers who would then take out their phone and,
Well, if you got proposed to at like an event,
what type of event? I think I'd be rattled
R&B
regardless.
slow jams.
I'd be rattled, so rattled. Like, I'd want the ground to open up and swallow me.
Wouldn't that be cold? And then like everybody in the crowd,
No.
yay!
No,
And they play some
with-
R&B afterwards. You have your
with-
first dance.
With everyone with their phone.
Phones
no.
out.
Yeah, I don't want, no.
Okay, sorry.
And then your proposals all over the internet. Sorry. No, please.
Okay.
No, my anxiety would.
So where's a good place to propose?
On holiday, maybe.
Okay. I can see that.
Private beach or like, you know, like them kind of settings. Or you can do a restaurant, but you know, like you can have like private rooms. You can do that kind of stuff. Like,
Ain't there something about a man declaring his love for you in front of the world, like in front of everybody, main stage? Like they ain't not doing it for you.
do you know what it is? I think regardless of however it happens, it's gonna happen, innit? Like I'm not gonna if there's people there and it's public, I'm not gonna why the fuck are you, do you know what I mean? In the moment, I'm gonna, you know, and you're gonna not care. It's obviously because the moment's not here, I get to think about it. So I have a preference. But in the moment, I'm not gonna care. So it is what it is.
Could you say no if someone proposed to you?
No, probably not. I'm not gonna lie. I'd say yes, and then I'd be tossing and turning. My leg would be doing this. I'd be thinking, oh my God. I could never say no in public. No. If it's me and them, I think it'd be easier. But if it's public and it's I will have to swallow it. I'd be like, yeah. I could not embarrass you like that. That is such a rattler. Such a rattler. The same way I couldn't leave someone down the aisle. Like, I'd have to tell you
Who
beforehand.
does that though?
Like,
I hear it, man. One thing led to another. You know, it's just gone too far, and that's when you just pull yourself together at the last step. Because this is the last. You know,
then
what it is?
you
I've been
don't-
fucking
but-
around here
yeah, but you don't
for
show up.
months, and this is the last straw. This is it. I can see how they just claw themselves back
And then
there
you just
because
don't show up.
it's been going on for too long.
nah, Margs, that's nuts. Leave him.
No,
Jill to me
listen,
at the altar.
if I do this now, I'm done.
No, but you know what?
You gotta go.
Nah,
It's your own fault for letting it get this
What do
far
you
in the
mean you gotta
first
go?
place. I'm saying you gotta skedaddle. You gotta scramble.
Nah, you can't do that to me. Do you know why that's so out of order, yeah? Because you now leave me with all of our guests. Like, you've not only have you humiliated me, but you've even left me to deal with the humiliation in front of everybody else. Like, that's such a painful thing to do to someone. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'd rather you tell me in advance and then it's like, guys, the wedding's been called off. And I don't have to face everyone. But me standing there was a woman I watched on TikTok and she got left at the altar. And it was so nuts, yeah. But the celebration continued. She literally went to the reception, had a reception party. She got mad drunk with her family. Like, they all had a good time. And it was such an emotional watch. Like, I actually got emotional watching it because you could tell she had to really pull herself together, and her family were very much like, you've paid the money, we're here. We just got to make the best out of it. So they had a celebration, but like through it all, you could see like she was crying but dancing and like, you know what I mean? It was just, I felt so much pain for her, and I don't think anybody deserves that. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So I think if you are having cold feet and it is getting to that point, don't embarrass me even more by leaving me at the altar. That's it right now.
That is crazy. You see how things are kind of set, allegedly, see how things are kind of set up for the women to be in a better position than the men, though.
What do you mean?
Because the man's already waiting at the aisle.
Yeah.
So everyone will see when she don't turn up. But if he don't turn up or change his mind, she's back in the room waiting. She don't need to see nobody. They don't need to see her.
It's true. She don't get the embarrassment, innit?
Yeah, but then, no, because, fair. But then in a way though, if I was not going to get married, I'm not even coming to the... I'm not coming to the wedding. I'm not coming there. So you're going to know not to walk down the aisle because she's not here.
Yeah.
And it's not she's running late. No one's got through to her. No one's spoken to her. If I was a man and I get told, your wedding planner should let you know, because your planner's got to be the one to tell you, okay, it's time to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if that wedding planner makes you walk down the aisle knowing that the bride is not in the building, they're a spawn of Satan. Just saying. So that can also prevent that kind of behaviour.
It's sad, man.
But anyway, what are we saying? Take the L or get the ring back?
Take that ring. There's not, like I said before,
How's he getting it back?
I don't even know. You can ask for it, pull a finger, anything you want. Just make sure you get the ring back.
He said pull a finger.
Otherwise, that's daylight robbery. 100%. 100%. Get that ring back by any means necessary. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes. You know what I'm saying? You have to, though. That's ridiculous. 50K. What did you gain from her being in your life?
Who asked him to buy it? I hear it, but again, who asked you to spend that much money on a ring? And that's the point I'm making.
He's hearted. You know what I'm saying? Women want the man to move with the heart.
Fuck
when you
your
do
heart,
that,
man.
you end up finished.
Mark, what you
Case in
saying?
point.
Yeah, you got to try to get your ring back, I suppose. I don't know.
Why are you supposed? Because you're the same person that... What are you doing in that situation?
I ain't buying a 50K ring.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be in this position anyway. So if I was, okay, cool. Let me put myself in this position. What would I do? Yeah, I'm just gonna I don't know how, but I'm just gonna get my ring back. Like I'll burgle the yard or something. I don't know.
Something.
Like, I'll get my ring back though. I'm getting the ring back.
All right, Brent, what you saying?
You didn't ask my opinion the first time, huh? So I'm not participating in this one.
Sassy Brent. You know, I said, don't talk to me now.
All right, cool. Don't talk to me later then.
You didn't talk to me the
No,
other
don't
day.
talk to me ever again. Don't talk to me ever again.
That escalated.
Don't talk to me ever again.
What would I do?
No, we don't care. Let's move on. Where's the button?
I ain't got it.
I'm in control of the button.
You know what he was doing to you? You know what he was doing to Evan last week? Where he just kept pressing it. Right now, that's what I want to do.
Man.
No, go on. Okay.
Half an hour left.
I know, that's why he's doing that. He thinks I don't know. Trying to make it seem as if I'm the bad guy.
All right, people. So Donald Trump, traveling around the key swing states of Pennsylvania on Sunday, is expected to attend the Pittsburgh Steelers NFL game before the Republican rallies supporters in Lancaster. Earlier, the top Republican and Trump supporter Mike Johnson was pressed over whether the former president's anecdote at a rally on Saturday, apparently about the late pro golfer Arnold Palmer genitalia, was the right closing message for the campaign. Meanwhile, the Democrat hopeful Kamala Harris turned 60 on Sunday and will appear in an interview with the iconic civil rights figure Al Sharpton. Early voting has begun in 26 of 50 US states, with the 2024 presidential election a little more than 2 weeks away. The latest polls suggest that Harris has a small lead nationally over Trump, but they're pretty much neck and neck in the key battlegrounds. Next headline is about Lucy Letby. Apparently, I think I mentioned it on the show some weeks back, but there's some people that kind of doubt what's going on. But long story short, doubts about the evidence used to convict her have been mounting, right? Leading people basically been saying, medical experts are arguing that she may be a victim of a miscarriage of justice.
Wait, who's Lucy, the one who killed her parents?
No, she's the nurse that was killing the babies.
Oh.
Allegedly. No, she was doing it. So Letby is officially the most prolific child killer of modern times, convicted of murdering 7 babies and attempting to murder 7 others. And yet her case divides opinion. Had someone actually seen her harming a baby at a neonatal unit in the Countess of Chester Hospital, the case might have been obviously straightforward, but no one did. There was no incriminating CCTV, there was no DNA evidence either. The evidence against her was all circumstantial. The most controversial evidence concerned allegations that Lucy Letby murdered babies by injecting air into her blood. One expert who is the man who advised Letby's defense during her original 10-month trial, the retired consultant, Dr. Mike Hall, he basically didn't actually give any evidence in court, but he told BBC when I was speaking to him that in his view, there was no proof that the air seen in the x-rays of the babies got there while they were actually alive. Dr. Hall also believes that there were significant flaws in the prosecution's medical evidence. He also believes that the prosecution experts overstated how stable the babies were before they collapsed and died. These are the sort of, expert disputes now playing over the whole case. And some of them have become personal. Maybe one day we might have to do like a topic of the day on this and see both sides of the argument as you go into this. The last thing that I wanted to mention is parenting is a 2-person job. This is what Kevin Badenoch has said in an apparent swipe at a Tory backbencher who suggested that she was too preoccupied with her children to be the party leader. In an interview with The Times, the Conservative leadership frontrunner said that there needed to be more discussions on the roles of fathers in parenting, adding that the party had too often focused on single mothers in the past. She also said, I remember early on as an MP, I did quite a lot of casework on absent fathers who the child support agency was chasing. I think if people make children, they should be made to look after them. Family is important. And if you look at the prison population, the vast majority of the male prison population did not grow up with their fathers. If fathers look after their children better, they will be less likely to end up in prison. And those are the sort of things that we need to talk about more. Her interview comes in the wake of a row over comments by the veteran Tory, Sir Christopher Chope, who's a supporter of Mr. Badenoch's rival, Robert Jenrick, in which he said that the mother of 3 was preoccupied, telling ITV that you can't spend all your time with your family while also be the leader of the opposition. Mr. Jenrick has since then distanced himself from that guy's comments, describing them as definitely wrong. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
We're going to People's Journal?
Yeah.
People's Journal.
It's bad. All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give the news from an economics point of view. There isn't much to talk about today, just a bit of an update on the strike that's happening with Boeing. So Boeing basically have offered all the strikers, all the machinists basically, a 35% pay rise over 4 years in a new contract proposal that they hope will end this month-long strike. So basically there's about 33,000 unionized workers, mostly in Seattle, who are going to be voting on Wednesday on whether to accept the offer from Boeing. They have been on strike from the 14th of September. They stopped the production of their 737 MAX and their 767 and 77 planes. And the company's bottom line has been hurt. Obviously, it would be. So they announced earlier in the week that they were seeking like an additional $35 billion in funding. They also said that it would need to lay off 17,000 of the workers, which is about 10% of its workforce, next month in November. So all of these things are basically contributing to why the people are striking, basically. Union members have previously rejected the offer that included 30% of the salary bonus, saying basically it's not enough to cover the cost of living increases that's been happening. We spoke about that, I think, a couple of weeks ago. So long story short, the union is basically seeking a 40% salary increase and the reinstatement of a defined benefits pension, which kind of guarantees an income when they retire as well. So that's what they're looking for. But like I said, the company is basically responding by giving them 35%. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. And the last thing I wanted to mention is basically, one second. ByteDance, who basically owns TikTok, obviously they've been getting a lot of hassle from the US about the sort of stuff that they're doing in the country. Will some of their information from TikTok users be leaked to the Chinese government, things of that nature. They're basically in a situation where they've now sacked an intern for maliciously, this is what they say anyway, maliciously interfering with the training of one of its AI models. The firms basically rejected claims about the extent of the damage caused by the unnamed individual, saying that obviously they contain some exaggerations and inaccuracies because certain things are kind of flowing around. But it comes basically after a report about the incident spread over the weekend on social media. But long story short, they're basically saying, I'm not too sure if they're basically saying somebody was kind of put in there to kind of mess up what they got going on, like a little spy or whatever it may be. But yeah, long story short, they've sacked this particular intern. And yeah, that's the sort of thing that was going around over the weekend. The last thing I just remembered that I wanted to mention quickly is basically, obviously we know that we're going to be getting the budget soon from Rachel Reeves. And obviously when that happens, we'll deep dive into it. Just wanted to mention though that there is a rumor going around that there will be an extension on the freeze on the income tax thresholds in the budget. Basically. So the current freeze in the thresholds, which you spoke about, is due to expire in 2028. So that's basically a way for the government to kind of get more money from taxes. Obviously, as your income increases over the years, you kind of pay more tax because you now potentially will go into a higher threshold. But what they're saying is they potentially may keep those freezes for another 2 years till 2030. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. But that's pretty much it for the People's Journal.
Let's get to the last headlines.
All right, people. So, last set of headlines. Leaked recordings have sparked fears that the British High Commissioner Mauritius had its phones hacked around the time that the UK opened negotiations over the handover of the Chagos Islands. Spoke about this, I think, last week. The FCDO, which is the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, have confirmed police in Mauritius are investigating after audio of apparent discussions between the British High Commissioner Pierre and other political figures were featured on the Mission Facebook page, Missy Mustas. The clips were claimed to feature a conversation between Miss Pierre and a local businessman by the name of Ken Arian, who is the chief executive of Airport Holdings, who has recently welcomed the decolonisation of the Chagos Islands. So this was around the same time that Liz Truss was forced to resign as the Prime Minister, not long after she had initiated the Chagos talks. Next headline, trigger warning on this one, and at least 7 people have died after part of a ferry dock collapsed in Georgia's Sapelo Island on Saturday. Georgia's Department of National Resources, which operates the dock, said that at least 20 people plunged into the water when the gangway collapsed. The incident happened at approximately 16:30 local time at the Marsh Landing dock as crowds gathered for a cultural celebration. It's not yet known what caused the collapse of the walkway, which connected an outer dock where people board a ferry to another dock on shore. But long story short, multiple people have been taken to hospital and search and rescue operations are still underway. And the last headline, this is for everyone to be mindful of the weather. Basically, there's warnings for wind that are in effect across different parts of the UK as the first named storm of the season has hit. Storm Ashley is likely to bring a threat of injuries and danger to life. This is what the Met Office has said, with the entirety of Scotland and Northern Ireland being under a yellow warning for wind. An amber warning for the northwest of Scotland runs until midnight, with the Weather Service warning that injuries and danger to life is likely from large waves and beach material being thrown onto coastal roads, seafront. The office meteorologist, Dan Stroud, said that very strong, severe gales on Sunday would coincide with high spring tides, which could result in very large waves as well. And the north of Scotland will remain under a yellow warning for wind until midnight. Yeah, until midnight, basically. And that's it for the headlines. Time to pay them bills.
All right, let's get into the reaction. Welcome to the reaction, people. When I read out your sports headlines, obviously there was the Premier League was back after the international break, and there was a good helping of football. I think it was a half decent weekend. Can't complain. I can't complain. My team won. Let me get through some of these fixtures, some of these results for you, and then we'll just chop it up about the games, I suppose, isn't it? Just quickly. All right, cool. So Spurs battered West Ham 4-1. Son was on fire. He could have had a hat-trick. It was good to see Sonny back. Aston Villa got a good result away at Fulham. That was mad because I think Fulham hadn't lost at home and Aston Villa were unbeaten away. So something had to give there. Fulham went down to 10 men. Villa beat them 3-1. That was it. Ipswich got beat 2-0 at home by Everton. United came back from 1-0 down to beat Brentford at home 2-1. That was a good performance actually. It was a decent performance even though we went down.
It was a good performance.
Yeah, even though we went down to the Ethan Pinnock goal, I think that was because the lick got taken off, and he definitely would have been occupying those kind of spaces. It wouldn't have been so open and closed like that. So we don't know what would happen there. But so it came out of that. But it was still a decent performance. In the second half, we stepped it up intensity and that. Yeah, it was decent performance. Great finish from both of them actually. Garnacho was a good finish on the half volley, and Highland's touch. Chef's kiss. You get me? Brighton continue their good form, picking up good scalps. That young gaffer's doing all right, boy. They beat Newcastle 1-0 at St James's Park, man. It was a tough result. I didn't watch that game. I didn't see it. But I see Isak was on smoke, but yeah, just couldn't get the ball in the onion bag. Southampton and Leicester, the two promotion boys, they came up. I think Leicester probably was the only team promoted to win a game so far. That was a good game. Southampton went 2-0 up. Leicester came back. Good equaliser. Penalty, I believe. And then like a last kick of the game. I think it was Ayew. Great strike. It was decent. I can't remember the youth's name, but they had some winger that came on. He changed the game for them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, you didn't watch the game. What's his name? I've never even seen him before, but he was moving electric. He was on big volts. Leicester City player. I swear he's like a number 7 or something. I'll find his name out and I'll tell you afterwards. And then obviously on Saturday night, the last game of the evening was the shock result. Bournemouth beat Arsenal 2-0 at home. I thought Arsenal, you know what it is? The old Arsenal, that could easily be like a stumbling block. But this new Arsenal, I thought it was a done deed that they just go and they just batter Bournemouth, because why not? And it wasn't to say they didn't perform or anything like that. Well, I don't know how Brent can talk to you about their performance because he watches them week in, week out. But obviously it was the red card that really killed them, innit?
Yes.
Do you get what I mean? It was a red card that really killed them. I believe it was the right decision, because at first when he gave did he give him a yellow first?
Yes.
Yeah, when he gave him the yellow first, I was like, this is bullshit. Like, yellow? Like, how? So I'm glad VAR done the right thing.
So why did you think it was straight red?
He was the last man.
And should that always be the case?
It was the letter of the law. You stop a goal scoring opportunity. He was the last man. Raya turned back. Reyes ran back towards his goal, so Raya knew he weren't going to get the ball. The defender, the striker's running through. He's going to get the ball. It's going to be a one-on-one. It's a goal scoring. It's not saying he's going to score, but it's a goal scoring opportunity, and he stopped it. That's a red card.
Okay.
Why do you think it's not a red card?
Because of how far away it was from the goal. But I don't think I would have complained if he had gotten a red card. It's the fact that he got a yellow card, and that VAR shouldn't have basically looked to overturn that.
Why?
Because it wasn't a clear and obvious error.
That was a clear and obvious error, because the referee clearly got it wrong.
It wasn't, because you still had White there.
White was 30 yards away. They put I've watched them put the graphics up.
had,
White was 30 yards away to the right. 30 yards.
still
He was
had-
not stopping that ball that was got through, because Saliba couldn't do it without impeding him, yeah? They was not stopping a shot going on
so
that.
I don't really mind. Let's just be a red card. I really don't mind. I really don't mind. It's the consistency now.
Okay.
Because you had another case 24 hours later, same thing happened, and he was given a yellow card, and it wasn't overturned.
Was that in the Chelsea game?
Yeah.
Who that, Colwell?
5 minutes in.
I did see it. Did I see it? I watched that game. How did I miss that? Okay, so you
But
said
I don't really mind. Like I said, it was a very, very stupid thing to do from Trossard. Don't know why he's looking to knock the ball back there, right? Very stupid thing to do from Saliba. Cool. It could have gone either way. I wouldn't complain if it was a red card. But keep the same energy, please. Keep the same energy because that basically cost us those points.
you don't think you should have had enough about you to beat them with 10 men.
Nah, we're missing too many players, man.
Too many players.
Too many players.
Odegaard.
Saka.
Odegaard and Saka. You should be able to get it done, man.
No, I don't think so. But I remember when you said it, I was like, don't know about that.
What, Bournemouth?
Yeah, remember on the Friday you had
Yeah,
said that.
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
don't know about that. But I'm
But I
not.
think he was being like,
No. I'm not really too fussed. Only because I want this particular jeopardy. I need for Liverpool and City to feel as though it's them this season, right?
that's not going to happen. Everybody knows. Arsenal are the only team that can stop City. Liverpool are doing good, you know. Liverpool are doing good. They won, 11 out of 12 or something like that. I don't know. Slot's doing good. He's got the good team. And I see Gary Neville say some stuff yesterday that it's like, people really just say whatever they want. Like the things that you're praising Liverpool for and Slot for, if it didn't work out, you'd be cussing them for. When other teams don't do it, you cuss them. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That if they don't improve their team in the windows and miss opportunities and whatnot, like you chat shit to them. You know what I'm trying to say? That, but because it's working, all of a sudden everything that they're doing over there is great. Like having the same squad, it's because they've got the same squad together and they know each other and they're professionals and they won and whatnot. United, with the same, like it's the same. When teams change, it's the same thing. Like you know what I'm trying to say? That you're just painting in a nice picture because it's working, which is good. They're doing their thing. And obviously it's like, you know, like it's like what happened with Arsenal 2 seasons ago when you first went on your run. It's like you're doing the games and you're waiting for it to drop. 10 games go, you're waiting for it to drop and then don't, and then like 15 games go and then don't. Then after a while you're like 20 games in, you're like, okay, well, we're halfway through the season now. This is what it is, kind of thing. Liverpool could do that. You know what I'm trying to say? Because where they are, if the results keep coming, and then next thing you know, we're 20-something games in and they're still there, then it's like, okay. But I'm not getting my head of myself. Like it's still a City or Arsenal thing, isn't it?
Interesting. I don't see it that way.
No?
I don't see it that way.
Talk to me.
100% Liverpool have a fantastic chance. As much a chance as Arsenal, I believe, anyway.
What, to go and win it?
100%.
Okay.
And they've been there before.
It's true. It's true. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if I would be surprised if they just continued this for the whole season and just stayed up there. Yeah, I'd be surprised. Do you expect some type of
Dip in form.
Yeah.
All right.
So some type of turmoil. I don't just expect things to just go swimmingly like that. But yeah, so that was Saturday's games, and obviously Sunday we talked about Liverpool beat Chelsea 2-1. It wasn't a terrible. It was a decent game. Liverpool are clearly further ahead in their development than Chelsea anyway, because like he's saying, the stuff that we was talking about, the stability. I know they got a new manager and that, but it's the same players essentially. They didn't bring no one else in, so we're to the tear.
Sorry.
I don't agree with Brent though. With 11 men, we wasn't winning that game.
Did I say we would win?
I can't remember what you said, but
Did I say we would win in Man U?
What, the league?
No.
no, the game.
Never mind. Can you remember what I said on Friday when you asked? What did I say?
You said it's gonna. I was saying it should be done deal, and you was
What
like
did I
no.
say?
You was like nah.
At
It's
what
not.
point in time did I say that we would win if 11 players were on the pitch?
Oh,
I don't think we would have lost if it is Sleeper didn't get sent off.
Okay.
Because did we have any shots on goal?
Well, before the sending off or
Yeah.
after?
I know we had the Martinelli chance, but we were playing poorly.
What do you
There
think
was
of Marino?
no threat in attack at all.
What do you think of Marino?
That midfield is just defensive minded, like Partey, Marino, and
Rice.
Rice, that's mental. That is mental. Yeah, we should have put on Wanyeri. But he will learn his lesson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chelsea play some decent stuff, you know. Chelsea just need to get it together. They're definitely. I know it sounds crazy because they spent so much money, yeah, but there's definitely a few players away from what they need. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's still stuff missing, but I think they're all right, man. I think they're all right. I think they're a decent team. I think they'll be all right. I don't know how good or where they'll finish at the end of the season, but that wasn't like a damning performance or nothing like that. To go to Anfield and lose 2-1, they could have got a draw out of it. Maybe if the luck was on their side or whatever. Yeah, that weren't too bad. I think Chelsea. I think Chelsea will be all right. City beat Wolves 2-1. Wolves went in front and then City equalised, and after they equalised, they couldn't do nothing. For the whole game, it was just frustrating. I think Stones won it in the depths, the dying ends of the game.
Oh, what do you feel about that decision?
What, the Stones one?
Yeah. Because apparently people are complaining that he was blocking the keeper.
Can I be honest with you? I was doing something. I never saw the goal, and I just saw him running away, scoring,
cool.
and then I was just like, because they done it, I was just.
Yeah. Did you hear what the Wolves boss said after the game?
No.
He said, I don't know, basically onto the referees and whatnot. But do you think that they subconsciously have this bias towards Man City?
Is that what he said?
He said, I don't want to get onto them because, whatever. But come on, subconsciously, don't you think? A little bit. I think he's going to get in trouble for that comment. I like the fact that he made that comment. I like the fact that he's made that comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. Because it was a shout. And if Vass should have overturned that.
What, the goal?
Yeah.
I need to see it. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Because he was right. And last season, Wolves got done bad with decisions as well, innit?
Yeah, he was. What's his Gary O'Neill?
I don't know what his name is.
The young white boy.
I don't know.
I think it is Gary O'Neill. I'm sure that's the Wolves manager, right?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm telling the truth. I don't know.
He was getting screwed over last year.
Okay.
No. Yeah, it is O'Neill because they had someone else and they sacked them early, and then O'Neill came in and we thought it was going to be terrible and it was really good. But he was molding a lot of decisions didn't go their way. Yeah, I'm sure it is O'Neill.
And it was valid. The decisions that didn't go their way, his gripe was valid, man.
But maybe there is some kind of bias for the smaller teams, man. I mean, for that towards the bigger teams, subconsciously they just don't even know they're doing it. It's just like, but yeah, that was it, man. It was a great weekend of football. Well, for me it was anyway. Got the 3 points. I watched a lot of football. It was entertaining.
Yeah,
can't complain. Would have liked if Liverpool lost or dropped points as well. That would have been good. Even City could have got the draw. The weekend could have been better. Let's have it right, but it was still decent. I won about 400 quid as well, so I'll take that.
Well done. You still owe me money.
For me? Oh yeah, I do.
Apparently that's what Loon
No, I
says.
do, because Loons gets onto me about that all the time.
It's crazy how he's worked that math out,
Yeah, he's just onto
Based
me
on
about
the agreement. It's
Yeah.
crazy. He's absolute bonkers.
But I know that you're giving him stress.
I'm not.
Not stress like that,
No. He haven't. On top of it, and I normally float it, but he pays it back the next time round. He's never asked since after that.
This is good. This is good.
That's a bit.
Alright, let's get into Donna here. Sorry, I'm done at here because there was boxing. Some UK fights, right? In the Copper Box over the weekend. Did you watch any of them?
I saw highlights pretty much.
I watched. I only saw the last two fights.
Okay. So Adam Azim and
I watched Adam
O'Hara
Azim
Davies.
and I watched
Anthony
Yard.
Okay.
Yeah. So I saw what I wanted to see. No, I saw another one before. Who fought before that?
Dan Aziz. Dan fought, and then there was somebody else as well.
I've missed Aziz. Someone fought before Dan, innit?
Yeah.
Who?
I can't remember.
I feel like I watched a couple of fights, but yeah, what did you make of it?
I knew O'Hara Davies was going to get beat. You know what I'm saying?
Who the O'Hara fight?
Adam Azim. He's the one that they're basically building up to be somebody.
That's the main event.
Yeah.
He niced him.
8 rounds.
He niced him, but he's usually punches people up quite quicker than that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it was good to see him go.
Yeah.
To go 8 rounds. 10 test himself a bit. That's probably the best I've seen him fight, actually. Not the best, that's the longest I've seen him fight, innit?
Yeah.
So you get to see
More of him. Yeah.
more of him. You get what I'm trying to say? So that's probably why I feel like it was the best I've seen him fight. But it was I think he's good. I think he's good. You say he needs more of a test now to see what he's really working with, because obviously they're building him up and they're doing all that. So he needs to get in the ring with someone proper to see what he's really made of. But I think he's decent though.
Yeah. He's definitely got the talent. Definitely got skill. He's young as well. He's fresh. He's got that hunger. I think O'Hara Davis was a good challenge for him. A good, increase in competition. But O'Hara Davis is kind of on his way out though. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think of Antiar's one though?
I thought he was gonna. He dropped him in the first round.
It was like 12 seconds.
Yeah, bang! And then when he got up and hit him with another right hand again, bang! And I thought, nah, this guy's gone. And then it's just like, he just toughed it out, and then he just started boxing and that, and I was like, it went the whole fight.
The whole, it was a 10 round.
10 rounder, yeah. It went 10 rounds. And he only won by a few points. And I was just surprised. And I was like, raw. And he was saying he usually don't get a chance to box to fight that long either.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? That. So maybe he needed it and all that. But I was just a bit like, huh.
Yeah.
Like, raw, how did you get here? You should have put this shoot to bed.
Ages ago. Yeah, 100%.
You should have put this shoot to bed. I know you want to get rounds behind you and you want to do that stuff, but I don't know whether that was a good look for you or not.
Nah.
To be totally honest with you.
I think it's making people lose confidence in him as well. And remember, he's now left Frank Warren, innit?
Yeah.
Well, he's trying to. And I think he wants to do his own independent thing. Which is obviously a noble idea and stuff, right? But I feel like the timing isn't right. I feel like he could have benefited from still being under Frank Warren from the whole Riyadh season stuff. Because there would have been so many fights, I think, on those cards where Anthony Yarde would have been the person that you put forward. You know what I'm saying? But instead, it just seemed like the timing isn't right, man. Last fight was against... It wasn't Beterbiev. There was an easier opponent after that. I can't remember. But also as well, with his fight selection as well, it's almost like he's got great opponents and crap opponents. You know what I'm saying? There's no real in-betweens. There's no challenges. And I think this is probably why he looked like this.
Who do you think? What's his name?
Oh, Kovalev and Beterbiev. Those are two people we lost to.
He's lost 3 fights, though, isn't it?
No, 2.
Oh, I'm sure he lost 3.
Is it? Dude. No, I think it's Kovalev and Beterbiev. He's only lost to those 2. Everybody else. Oh, no, you're right. He lost to Lyndon Arthur.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, you're right.
But who's the one that really slowed him down? Where's Beterbiev from?
He's Russian.
Would it be the Beterbiev one? That one was a step too far for him or something.
Yeah, it's Kovalev.
Kovalev, that's the one. That was the one.
Yeah, he was gassed out in that fight, and I think he got stopped in, was it round 8 or something? Yeah, it seemed like he got stopped more so from exhaustion rather than being fully hurt. You know what I mean?
He was on it. I think that one changed his trajectory a little bit.
In what way though? What, as in going down or up?
Well, before that, he was doing this. I feel like he was even if it was steady or whatever, but he was always that way. And then since then now, it's a bit probably more.
You think so? But I think it speaks to the whole fight selection thing being bad, because there's no reason for him to be in that position. He's probably top 5 in the division in the world, I think. There's no reason for him to not be in a good position. You know, well, to be fair, Benavidez and Morel are now stepped up to 175, so there's more competition. But before that was just the other day. But really, it's better to be a Bivol. You got Yarde, you got Boatti. Who else is in the 175? Craig Richards, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like Yarde was definitely one of the prospects. Like, but I feel like the competition outside of the elite ones, like I said, Kovalev and Beterbiev, it just hasn't been as great, man. He should have fought Boatti by now as well. That's a fight we need to see. But yeah, he could have fought other British guys as well. So you got Boatti there, you got Dan Aziz there, you got Craig Richards there, and yeah, it just doesn't seem like any good fights are happening for him. So it's like you would have at least wanted him to get a lot more money and been seen by more people if he was on those cards. You know what I'm saying? That's happening in Saudi, but oh no, man. All the best to him though. I like Yarde, man. He's got a lot of talent, man.
The best fight for him right now will probably be Boatti, but would Boatti even want to do that?
I think so. I think Boatsi. I want Boatsi to fight for a world title. You know, I feel like it's well overdue. To be fair, but any fight under that is basically a fight with Yard. And honestly, I don't know who would win that. You know, based on that performance though, Boatsi would win that. You know what I mean? But Boatsi he's a zoned in guy, man.
He can fight, man.
Yeah, he can fight. I like him, man. I like him. So yeah, but it'll be a tough fight. It'll be a good fight to see though.
All right, well, hopefully we can get it made.
Oh, you know Tim Tszyu? You know he fought as well on the weekend.
Let me see it.
Got knocked out, man. Yeah. You know Tim Tszyu was one of the main guys at 154. But yeah, he fought, what's his name? Metazaliev, who's the champion, basically. But, yeah, didn't see this happening. 3 rounds, he was gone. 3 rounds, man. Bad. He was getting punched up, man. I think he dropped him like 4 times.
Boxing's cold. You don't do other combat sports? Bellator and that was on the weekend?
Oh, yeah, I saw... Did I see highlights? Or was it the whole fight? Of Ngannou.
What, pounding out Ferreira?
Yeah.
That is thing still.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that card. There's some of it. It was on the zone. I watched a couple of fights, but I missed it. They say it's not you. You're more a boxing man.
Yeah, more boxing. But I don't mind like the big like events, like UFC and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'd watch it. But yeah, definitely more boxing though.
All right. Well, let's get everybody home because we've only got 5 minutes. Let's press something quick and easy, Brent. E-man loves this imposters. Press the pastor one. Let's see what he done here.
Fake Christian.
War on religion. This war on religion is mad.
You want to tell 3 people he's still there. He is here. He is here. He is here. Ooh, ooh,
No, you're taking the mic. You're taking the mic.
I'd walk out. At that point there, I'll leave. I'm not even gonna lie.
Don't make that I'm immediately going to the
No, I leave.
Take it back. No, it's true.
This ain't my church. You see, I leave.
Yeah.
I walk. I'll just go.
I can't take you serious. Like, what is that?
If anyone asks me where I'm going, I say.
You know what it is? In the beginning, it's like it's all right, but then it just, sir, sorry.
What is that? Is that the Holy Spirit?
No, that's something else.
He's gonna claim that it is, but yeah,
That's his thing.
very extra, theatrical. It wasn't demure, cutesy, or mindful at all.
Wait, not at all.
No, in the slightest.
Right.
But you know, it's stuff like that though that makes people like. It's like a mockery of God. It's like, why?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But people want church to be entertaining, isn't it?
Yeah,
sure.
But come on, do you get what I mean?
I guess it's the cultural aspect of it, isn't it?
Which is, I guess that's the issue though, isn't it? When you start mixing culture with religion.
But you can't. I feel like you can't divorce the two, though. I feel like culture and religion are like this. It's impossible.
This is crazy. You man, I stopped watching F1 after they robbed Lewis, yeah? But when he gets in his new car, when he goes to Ferrari, I'll be back. So then maybe we can cover it on the reaction.
Cool.
I love F1 still. That pastor's sick. I mean, I don't know how many times we're going to give pastors done it here. Is God taking notes? Is he clocking? Am I going to have to answer to someone afterwards, Brent? I don't know what we're doing.
I think God understands.
God's got a sense of humour.
Hopefully, but
Apparently.
well, we'll see. But that pastor was definitely doing too much. That church has done it here. We're not attending there. Let's wrap this bad boy up. And now it's time to wrap this show up, man. Obviously, in the news, we've had trigger warning. There's at least 87 killed in a strike in northern Gaza. It is really going off, really going off. See what I'm trying to say? And our Angela Rayner's been given a permanent seat on the UK National Security Council. Our topic of the day was about dilemmas. We had a big dilemma on Friday. He posted an update with more context, and yeah, make sure you go and check that out. That was a crazy one. Also, we had someone who spent 50k on the ring and then give it to someone in Cosmos and they can't get back. It's a mad thing. It is absolutely mad. And what is this? Oh, Kemi Badenoch's been in the news for cussing out fathers. Was that like underhanded? That weren't like towards black fathers or nothing like that. It was just fathers in general.
Just fathers.
Just fathers in general. All right, cool. But there wasn't no undertones of.
Nah.
Okay, then that's cool. Then that's all right. Then you get me. Esther ain't here, so there was no word on road. But yeah, that was it. We done. Make sure you check out the reaction as well. It was brief. Brent wasn't impressed. Brent's got somewhere to go. That's why he's been quiet, people. I see people in the chat. They think that Brent's sad because Arsenal lost. That is not the truth. He is a busy, busy man. Tell them, Brent.
Yes, he ain't lying. He ain't lying, Craig. He ain't lying.
That
You
side,
ain't got to lie, Craig.
that side didn't help you beat the Chargers, though. I'm not gonna lie, like it really didn't. And that was it, man. Started Monday, great way, man. We're gonna be here, same time, same place.
We guess tomorrow.
In the morning. Oh, we got a guest.
Yes.
All right, peace. Great guest.
Oh, let me just say this last thing. There is a fantastic event on the 24th. And it is from our resident blacklisted co-founder, Gin and Gist. It's the legendary Tipper Irie. You know Tipper?
Tipper Irie, of course.
Yes. She's trying to get him on the TDA as a guest, by the way.
Oh, that'd be big.
Yeah. It's a free event. I'll put the link in the chat and then in the description. But please check it out. I'll mention it again tomorrow because it will be the last day. I'm going to mention it. All right, then. Oops, something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. Later, people.
Peace out.
Peace.